What is up, guys? Wrestling Premiere is here. Alright, this is unexpected, I know. I apologize. That Drew McIntyre video, the reason why I haven't made it yet is because I wasn't feeling so good over the last few days, hence my voice sounding weird and stuff like that. Like I said in the previous video, I didn't have enough time to watch his run and stuff like that because I need to see that stuff myself so I can know what I'm talking about. I don't want to screw up and say something stupid that didn't even happen. Like, I gotta know everything. So instead of that McIntyre video today, I just decided on this one. I actually wanted to make this video a while ago, and I did cover it in the What WWE Was Like 10 years ago, but that was a very short summary of this run. Right now, we are covering the Straight Edge Society. You know, CM Punk, he was basically Charles Manson light. Despite lasting for about 9 months, this remains one of CM Punk's best runs. Yeah, I know he didn't win the world title, but whatever. From a character standpoint, he was one of the best in WWE at the time. Right now, let's get into it. The SES. CM Punk, the Second City Saint in October of 2009, was World Heavyweight Champion. He lost the title at Hell in a Cell to The Undertaker after questioning the dress code that the roster was forced to follow. Rumor has it that Punk asked if John Cena follows these rules. I think management saw this as Punk thinking he's on Cena's level or something like that, so they decided to have Punk lose the title in 9 minutes. A Hell in a Cell match lasting 9 minutes is just like unheard of. Yeah, on pay-per-view, it's unheard of. Anyways, from there, Punk would fall down the card in WWE. He was the #1 heel on SmackDown, at least to some, because I feel like Jericho was #1. Basically, at this point, he was the #3 heel on SmackDown because Batista turned on Rey Mysterio. Punk decided to alter his character during this time period. Now, you guys know that Punk already ridiculed the audience for their lifestyle choices. This time around, he began to save some people, and he grew a beard. On the November 27, 2009 episode of SmackDown, CM Punk came out with Festus. Punk once again cut a promo on medicine and alcohol, you know, and he introduced Luke Gallows. Obviously, Punk mentioned that he was Festus. The Second City Saint said that Gallows' friends and family weren't really helping him. CM Punk also said that it was he who saved Luke Gallows. Josh Matthews interviewed Gallows about his metamorphosis. He said that the people that were close to him were no better than the common street pusher. He mentioned that he was addicted to prescription pain pills and he acted like a moron due to them. He was glad that he was saved. Gallows prayed that everyone who was lost could adopt the straight edge lifestyle, and he even called Punk his savior as the fans booed. From there, CM Punk was left off the TLC pay-per-view. As a matter of fact, he competed in a dark match against R-Truth, and he lost that match, and this pissed him off. Since Punk was like basically not on TV that much, he decided to write 6 months worth of promos. Now, he was on TV, he just didn't really have a storyline or anything like that. I remember he spoke about this on his documentary, and he actually wrote 14 weeks worth of promos, not 6 months. Over the next couple of weeks, Punk began to shave a few people's heads. They wanted to be saved, so the head shaving thing is a way of starting over again. He forced them to take a pledge, and they were saved. At least that's what he claimed. The most notable one of these plans came on the January 22nd, 2010 episode of SmackDown, when a woman wanted to be saved by Punk. He made her take the pledge and everything, and then he shaved her head. You guys obviously know this is Serena, and I'm pretty sure you guys know that she was in FCW. What I want to know is if management went down to FCW and asked any of the women if they wanted to debut on the main roster, and then they said that the catch is that they have to shave their heads. I wonder if they asked that or they just chose Serena outright. Anyways, she actually joined the group unlike the previous guys, and she began to accompany them to the ring. Matt Striker was still the mascot of the Straight Edge Society, calling CM Punk the pastor of purity, and Serena the anti-diva. At the Royal Rumble, CM Punk entered at number 3 and he began eliminating the competitors. Once it was time for Punk to rest, he grabbed a microphone and he basically delivered a sermon. He threw out a few of the competitors before the Great Khali came out. Khali neutralized him for a bit, but then Beth Phoenix entered the match and she kissed Khali, which led to Khali getting eliminated. Punk recovered and he hit the GTS on Phoenix and he eliminated her. The Second City Saint was on a roll, but then Triple H came out. He ended up eliminating Punk, so that was it for CM Punk in the Royal Rumble. Now, moving on from the Royal Rumble, CM Punk finally feuded with someone. Rey Mysterio. The feud began when Rey eliminated Punk during the Chamber match. He once again cut a promo during the match, and once again he ridiculed his opponents. On that week's SmackDown, CM Punk faced Shelton Benjamin in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Near the end of the match, Gallows distracted Shelton, and suddenly Rey Mysterio came out and he pulled Gallows from the apron. The Gold Standard capitalized on a distracted Punk by hitting the pay dirt on him for the victory. I don't know why Mysterio interfered in storyline. Maybe he could see right through CM Punk. I don't even know. And so the feud began. Now, what I'm about to talk about is perhaps one of the most memorable segments of 2010. On the March 12th episode of SmackDown, CM Punk and the Straight Edge Society came out to the ring to confront Rey Mysterio. The only problem with this is the fact that Rey was with his family. CM Punk shouted that Rey is a coward right in front of his family. Punk asked what was it going to take for Rey to fight him. The fans chanted 619. 619 loudly, and the leader of the Straight Edge Society even went down on his knees so Rey could fight back. He was just begging for a fight. Let's just say that CM Punk is lucky that this happened in 2010, because Dominic would do something about it today. Punk even slapped Rey right in front of his family, the ultimate act of disrespect. He left the ring with his family as Punk sang happy birthday to Rey's daughter. The fans booed him and Rey couldn't do anything about it. Oh my god, what a creep. Like, who the hell sings happy birthday? The next week, the match was officially made for WrestleMania. CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio. But after Rey lost a match to Luke Gallows, a stipulation was added to the match. If Rey loses, then he joins the Straight Edge Society. To be honest, I don't remember much about this match. I do know that it didn't last long and Rey wore Avatar-inspired gear. Rey ended up winning this one in about 7 minutes. I heard it was a good one though, despite the short length. The feud didn't end there and a rematch was set for Extreme Rules. This time though, CM Punk's hair was on the line. Now, the match at Extreme Rules was really good. I thought it was a memorable affair, and Punk and Rey had some great chemistry in the ring. Near the end of the match, a masked man interfered and he cost Rey the match, which meant that Punk gets to keep his hair. Since both men beat each other, Rey Mysterio decided to challenge CM Punk to a rematch at Over the Limit. This time though, both men put up something. If Rey loses, then he joins the SES, and if Punk loses, then he gets his head shaved. The next week, though, Rey and Punk faced off in a normal matchup. That match once again ended in a DQ win for Rey Mysterio. Why did Punk always lose by DQ on TV? 80% of his matches, he lost by DQ. Rey even hit the 619 and he dropped the dime, but the hooded guy interfered and it was suddenly revealed to be Serena. The real hooded guy then ambushed Rey and Gallows hit his finisher on him. CM Punk slowly crawled to Rey and the Society grabbed Rey and put him on Punk's shoulders. He then hit the GTS on him. But then after that, he grabbed his hand and he put it on his heart. And he also put Rey's other arm in the air, signaling what's to come at Over the Limit. Basically, the pledge thing. On the May 21st, 2010 episode of SmackDown, CM Punk brought a few guys to the ring. These guys wanted to join the Straight Edge Society and he made them pledge to the group and everything, and he shaved their heads. Rey Mysterio interrupted this and he called the ceremony ridiculous. The Master of the 619 showed a preview to everyone of what's to come at Over the Limit. Later that night, CM Punk teamed up with Luke Gallows to face Rey Mysterio and MVP. Rey managed to actually win the match by rolling up CM Punk for the victory. The Society were shocked to see Punk lose, cause if he lost at Over the Limit, then his head would be shaved. Alright, the match at Over the Limit. It was sublime. It's so enjoyable. Rey won this one, but it looked like Punk wasn't gonna make good on his promise because he and the Straight Edge Society attacked Rey after the match. Kane then came out and he cleared house. Mysterio then handcuffed Punk to the ropes and he knocked him down. Rey then shaved CM Punk's head, which was basically the beginning of the end of the Straight Edge Society. Because this was one thing CM Punk had over his followers, and plus, it doesn't make him seem like the guy he claims he is. Basically, he was just like his followers. At least that's what it felt like. On that week's SmackDown, CM Punk came out with a towel on his head. He was reluctant to compete, but once he entered the ring, it was revealed to be a joke as Punk wore a mask. Stryker once again sucked up to Punk, saying that he's smarter than you. CM Punk started off his masked run with a win against Kane, which meant that he was inserted in the Fatal 4-Way match for the World Heavyweight Championship at the namesake pay-per-view. Punk wouldn't win that title match because Kane interfered and went after him, thinking that he had something to do with The Undertaker being in a vegetative state. From there, the Straight Edge Society began to fall apart. Serena was found to have drinking alcohol, and she admitted this because she wanted to prove that Punk wasn't the one who attacked The Undertaker. Also, look at that guy. That is Adam Cole. He was trying to make a move, but suddenly the Straight Edge Society walked up to him and he runs away. Punk didn't like this one bit. Now, let me explain this for you. He came up to Serena and he assumed that it was Adam Cole who was drinking, not her. Just trying to clarify. The following week, however, CM Punk forgave Serena and all was good. On the July 16th episode of SmackDown, Big Show unmasked Punk, and it was a great moment because of the way Big Show and Punk sold it. It was just, they just made it an awesome moment. It wasn't even that great, but for some reason the reactions were just so funny. Punk is crying like a baby, and he looked like a mini Big Show. And wow, wow, just look at him. Strange Society was slowly disintegrating. The following week, Big Show unmasked the unknown masked man to reveal Joey Mercury. It was a great thing that Joey cleaned himself up and he finally returned. It was good. Since Big Show caused all of this chaos, a 3-on-1 handicap match was made for SummerSlam. This was the night that Punk debuted the chest tattoos, I believe. I just wanted to mention it because I just remember it. Big Show KO'd Gallows and he chokeslammed Joseph Mercury on him for the victory. Yep, he was really called Joseph Mercury. Punk walked out on his team a few seconds beforehand, and the Strange Society was destroyed at this point. After SummerSlam, Serena was released from WWE for apparently not living the straight edge gimmick in real life. What? One of the more ridiculous releases in my opinion. Big Show continued to kick the Strange Society's ass after SummerSlam, and he beat both Punk and Gallows in a handicap match. Since they lost, CM Punk decided to turn on Gallows by hitting a GTS on him, effectively ending the Straight Edge Society. At Night of Champions, Big Show beat Punk, and that was it. Joey Mercury suffered an injury a few weeks beforehand, so basically CM Punk was the only guy remaining in his own group. That's all. On the September 24th, 2010 episode of SmackDown, Luke Gallows went up to CM Punk. Punk shouted at him saying that they are done and he doesn't want to see him, he wants him to leave, all that. But Gallows didn't confront Punk about the group. He pushed Punk and he choked him against the wall. Now, he went up to Punk because he wanted to tell him that he's going to celebrate his victory later that night with a beer. Gallows didn't win, and that's it. CM Punk moved to Raw in the October 11th, 2010 episode, and he became a commentator in November of 2010. Luke Gallows was released on November 19th, and he went on to Impact and New Japan Pro Wrestling later on. And that's the Strange Society. Now, I do think CM Punk could have won the title, but if you look at the booking for the first few months, he just didn't it didn't look like he's going to win the title at all. I will say, though, that if he won the Ray feud, then maybe, just maybe, he could have won the title, but that didn't happen. Strange Society had so much heat. Grandmas were cursing Punk out at live events, and it was crazy. CM Punk after this joined the Nexus and he became the leader, and I already have a video on that. I consider that video a sequel to this, so go on and watch it because that video basically starts where this video ends. So go and watch that video. And that's it for this video. Make sure you hit an Anaconda device on the like button and perhaps a GTS on the subscribe button. Peace, I'm out.